it's Hannah again. Today I'm talking about the much talked about, if you watch a lot of beauty videos or if you watched mine, beauty blender. My beloved beauty blender. So mine is really dirty. Okay, let's just get that out there. It doesn't look like this when it first comes in. You'll see a clip of it, what it looks like when it does come in later, but this was very requested on some of my videos where I would talk about the beauty blender, because if you don't know what a beauty blender is, it is a high-tech, magical, silky, no it's not silky, but cute pink way of applying your foundation or concealer or any face product you so desire with. Or aka it's just a expensive sponge. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. It's a sponge that's 20 bucks. But that is why I'm doing this video, so you know whether to go out and buy this or ask for it for Christmas, since it's Christmas time. Yay! So I'm going to tell you everything I like about it, things I don't like about it, how I clean it, and how I use it, and stay till the end for a special surprise. So when you first get it, it comes in a little thing like this. You can get it at Sephora in pink, white, or black. Hold on. I got mine in the pink, and as I said before, it is $20. When I first saw it and I saw how little it was, I was like, oh, I want this, the mini beauty blender. I want the full size, because I would see people holding it up in their videos and it was like this big. But then the person there told me it expands when it gets water in it, so that's why it gets so big. But when you get it, it's really little. And you can buy tons of extra things for it, like cleaners, but I will be talking about that in a second. But basically, you just get this. It did come with some instructions, I believe, but I don't know, I just feel like it could tell you more. So, mine is very dirty, as you can see. I have foundation and concealer on the top and bottom, because that's mainly what you're going to use when you apply it. You use the little tip for getting into little areas, and then the bigger bottom part for all over. At least that's how I personally use it. Show you how I like to apply it, and what foundations I recommend for it. It worked with basically almost any foundation except for powder or stick or anything like that. Basically any liquid foundation or concealer, but even if you have a stick concealer, you can still dot it on and then try to blend it with it. It's just not going to be as great, but... Or you can use this with primer. You can use it for basically any product you so desire. It's just mainly for foundation and concealer. So let's go ahead and get started on the demo. So you can use it dry, but however they recommend, and I recommend using it wet just because it blends all the product in better. So I usually go to my sink before I use it, and I already got it wet accidentally a little bit, so as you can see it is bigger than when I first showed you it, but I'll show you it expanding even more. So this is just how I do it. It's very simple. I just simply turn on the water, run it under the water, and then you're just going to want to squeeze it. And I have to do this at least a few times, just till you know it is as big as it can get. So as you can see, it's filling up with water, and then I simply squeeze it out. And then once you think it's as big, just wring the rest of the water out, and you get a paper towel or a napkin or a regular towel or something, and just squeeze it inside the towel till it's completely dry, and that's what it looks like. So right now I have no face makeup on, and I'm going to show you how I use the beauty blender with the Revlon Color Stay foundation, which is a little too dark for me right now, but that's okay, we'll use it anyway, and the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, which is just liquid like this. So as I said, it works with many different products, basically any liquid. So I'm going to first go ahead and do concealer. So all I'm doing is using the dispenser here onto my face, and even though I usually wouldn't do this, I am going to use this concealer for blemishes and under eyes, just to sort of give you the idea. And I'm basically putting it in anywhere where there's redness or anything like that, because this concealer is light enough to do that. And with the beauty blender, it'll blend everything out, so you can basically, if your concealer is liquidy enough and not too full coverage and cakey, then you could use your concealer as your foundation with this. So here is my beauty blender. I'm first going to take the tip and blend around my eyes, and it says to pat, like in the instructions. However, I also like doing little swipes because I feel like it spreads the product better. So patting and spreading, and I also like taking it on my forehead. And with the tip, you can go into all the little crevices and areas on your face. And for bigger areas like up here, I'll take the bottom of it and pat that. And now I'm going to take the foundation. So here we gotta shake this up. And I mentioned this when I talked about the Beauty Blender. The only downside I personally have felt when I use the Beauty Blender with my face products is that I feel like it sort of takes the coverage away from some of my products. Like instead, if I would have used this foundation with a brush or with my fingers, I feel like it would have given me more coverage. I don't know, that is just what I've found out through this. People with very static acne use this and it covers up all their imperfections when they still use the Beauty Blender, but just what I found, I feel like for me it takes a little bit of the coverage away of my foundation or concealer, which doesn't bother me that much because I don't need a whole lot. I just always need a little bit, but I can see that sort of upsetting if I did want a lot of coverage on my face at one time, and this, I wouldn't use this then. But it's great for girls that want a really natural look because as you can see, it just looks super natural, and even though this is a medium coverage foundation and a medium coverage concealer, it doesn't give any cakey look, and I feel like when you use it wet, it helps with that. If you use it dry, I feel like it may look a little bit more cakey, but with it wet, it really just takes away cakiness and makes you look very naturally flawless. This is now my face, and now I'm going to show you how I like to clean it. You can buy their like solid cleaner and liquid cleaner for this. I don't know how much that is. I'll leave a price somewhere or in the description box. But I just feel like it's not needed because you can just use what you usually use. It's baby shampoo and or dish soap. So I'm going to show you what I use right now. So I might use baby shampoo just like because that's what I use on all my haired brushes, but if I feel like I need a deeper clean in my sponge, then I'll just use this triple action orange dish cleaner. I don't know, it just was only $1, and yeah, you can basically get it at Walmart or anywhere else, or you may have it in your kitchen. And I feel like when I use this on my sponge, it doesn't really damage it. If I use this on my brushes, I feel like it does, but with the sponge, I feel like it's okay. So what I do is that if it's not wet already, like if I didn't just use it, then I'll wet it some more. And then I'll take a little bit of this. Oh, okay, way too much, way too much, way too much. That's what happens when the dispenser doesn't work. But I'll just take a little into my hand, right? And then just work it into the sponge. Make sure to get the bottom and tip of the sponge since we distinctively used that. And as you can see, my hand is sort of, the bubbles are sort of a brownish orange tint, and that is just from the product that was in there. So then I'll just rinse the water out by squeezing it to get the bubbles out too. And then I may take a little bit more and work it into the sponge. As you can see already, it is a much brighter color. We'll of course turn off the water, and just like we did before when we were getting ready to use it, I will put it in a paper towel and squeeze it into the paper towel just to get any excess water off. And here it is all clean and squeaky clean little sponge. So to finish off the video, before I give you the surprise, I just wanted to say that there are many dupes out there for this. I bought the one from Sonia Kashuk, which you can get at Target or online. Before I got the Real Beauty Blender, it is blue and it's not the same shape as you can see. However, it does not work at all the same. It is so much denser, like harder to push down than this one. This one I can just like do-do-do. This one is like a strain, like a stress reliever. So that's the difference I found, and when I wet it, it doesn't grow at all, and it's very hard on the skin being so dense. It's like, it doesn't spread the product evenly or basically at all. It's just not as good. So if you try to dupe from some other place other than Sonia Kashuk and you really liked it, tell me, because I want to try it out to see if it's like the Beauty Blender. The dupe that I've tried, it's just nothing compared to this. So I just wanted to put that out in case you are thinking about getting the dupes but you didn't know if they were going to work. The one I tried was nothing close, and was nothing close to the price either. But if you watched all the way till now, or you skipped to now, either one's okay, I guess, then you have a chance at winning your own Beauty Blender. It is totally new, haven't even opened the bottle. So as you can see, it's a little bit brighter than this one was before I cleaned it, and it still is a little brighter now. but completely brand new, never opened, yours to take for the holidays, my little gift to you guys. So all you have to do is, 1, have a YouTube channel and be subscribed to Miss Inner Beauty 2, the channel you are on. I do check these things, so make sure you're subscribed. Also, give this video a thumbs up, the little thumbs up, or share this video on Google+, since that's like the new thing with YouTube now. So if you can share this video, then go ahead and do that, or like it. Follow me on Twitter if you have a Twitter. My Twitter link will always be linked below. If you don't have one, no worries. But if you do, then you may want to follow me on there, because I tweet awesome stuff and I say when I have new videos, or I do little giveaways on there and things. You never know. So if you have a Twitter, go follow me on there, and then just comment down below any comment. And if you have a question about the Beauty Blender, but you don't want to be entered, then just say do not enter and then ask your question. But if you have a question and you want to be entered, just ask the question, because any comment will work on this video. So yeah, and that is all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!